No, thank you.
All right, well, listen, I normally don't do intros. This is a pretty laid-back podcast. We just be talking. But this guy right here is kind of hard. I think this is the first time I interview somebody that I've been a fan of my whole life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's rare we get people like this in here. You know,
when
they say you can't be good at everything, this guy right here, like his existence poses an argument to that.
It's about time, though. I've been hitting you like, yo, come on the show, come on the show.
Yeah,
and you're here.
Artist, producer, actor. Let me know if I'm missing anything in here. Dancer, songwriter, model,
movie writer.
Come on.
You know.
Filmmaker.
Let's go.
I mean, you got Sir Fat Albert. It's just, come on, man. The list goes on.
Do we miss anything?
You know, when this guy,
I think that's,
okay.
you know,
you got it.
with songs like Never Lie and Constantly, this dude had me writing love letters to girls in the 6th grade. My heart was broken all that whole year.
Crying to circle.
Writing love letters, not texting love letters.
Yeah. Writing love letters.
That's crazy.
Now we text the love letters.
3 albums with Immature. Tell me if any of my stats is off.
Let me see. Nope, 4.
4 albums.
On Our Worst Behavior, Playtime Is Over, We Got It, The Journey.
Okay, Journey. There you go.
Then we switched to IMX.
How many albums with IMX?
2.
2 albums with IMX.
2 albums with IMX, and then I skated.
Solo.
Skated. Got himself a starring role on one of my favorite sitcoms growing up. I mean, you had the Family Matters, you had the Fresh Prince of Bel-Airs, you know, but Sister was like a thing on its own. You know, he had a role on that show that people will remember forever. Okay, he's just one of those iconic.
That's a great. That's a great.
Go home, Roger.
And you know, before when I was younger, I would hate like, oh, go home, Roger. But to really put it into perspective, you had the Cosbys growing up. You had Fresh Prince. You had Martin. You had these shows that I loved, including Family Matters, which I was a huge Urkel fan. That's what kind of inspired Roger.
Yes,
in a lot of ways.
It was like the cool Urkel.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to be a part of a show like Sister that was, you know, considered an iconic show or just a staple in the history of television. Of urban television. I mean, that's just crazy.
Yeah.
The Go Home Roger thing is like a gift and a curse. You know?
Yeah,
we'll get into it later why you didn't like it and all that, but it's part of the reason they'll remember you forever because I mean, you had like characters like the one he played. Let's compare, okay? Like the Family Matters one that he played was Waldo, and his thing that everybody remembers was word.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Word.
Yeah, word.
You feel me?
Yep.
And you know, like Urkel's was, did I do that? He had everybody had their catchphrases like, you know, go home, right? It's just iconic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we're not done yet. We're not done. 8 albums as a solo artist? How many?
Yep.
I stayed up all last night. I did some research.
I see you.
I did a little bit of research on my guy.
Yeah.
8 albums as a solo artist with hits like Up in the Club.
Man.
With Buddy and I love that beat, man. That was a Kels beat, right?
Yeah.
Come on, that was when Kels was in his prime.
But you know, Kels, you can't deny that his talent, man.
Listen.
Music is music.
Yes,
I always say that.
Talent is talent.
Talent is talent.
Hits like Up in the Club, hits like That Girl. Okay. Naked, of course. Huge success in movies like House Party 4.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You Got Served, which is my man's favorite. Danny Boy's a dancer.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
Had a couple of moves.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Fat Albert Moore, he's now a grown-ass man. He's been
Grown
for a
as
while.
hell.
Yeah.
You know, with his own production company along with Chris Stokes called
Footage Films.
Yep. He's back with a new single called Her Side of the Bed.
Yep.
Got another joint also called Only Me. I want to talk about both of them.
Yeah.
I love them both, man. I love them both.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Marques Houston's in the IE.
Marques Houston.
I appreciate that. That was a nice intro. I appreciate it.
I worked on it last night. I did a couple drafts.
Thank you.
He's ready. He was excited.
Listen, 6th grade, man. This is how far back I remember you, man. I remember having my first girlfriend. Her name was Julene DeSaris. She was a little white. I had a thing for white girls, the blonde hair, blue eye type joint. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I remember just writing love letters to her and just, you know, tears coming out, listening to Never Lie.
Yeah. And it's crazy because we were 12 when that song.
They were just as old.
Man.
I didn't realize.
So it was like, you know, people were like, what y'all know about lying? And I'm like, well, you know, it was a love record, you know, and you know, you can feel love at a young age. You know what I'm saying? So
come on, man.
Definitely.
But they were singing about grown ass shit.
Yeah, we were singing about grown stuff.
Did you know what you were singing about at that young of an age?
Okay. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I definitely understood the songs. and the content of it.
Tell me what comes to mind when you hear something like this. Okay, when you feel me?
So I'll tell you exactly what comes to mind. We did a live concert video at Constitution Hall, Washington, D.C. That was like our biggest market back in the day as Immature. We did 3 sold-out shows.
Wow.
And we filmed the video with 3 sold-out shows. So we had to do that 3 times.
As a kid, doing 3 sold-out back-to-back shows, like, what did that feel like? Was that
It was
fun,
a rush.
training?
Yeah, it was a rush. Like, I was probably 13, 14. So like at that point, you got all this energy and everything is just like just spectacular to you at that age, you know. And we Immature, we were a group that didn't really take the fame seriously. We always was more about the camaraderie and our brotherhood and just, recognizing, because we recognized early that, the industry could be a little bit fake. Yeah. So we were more involved with just pleasing our fans and just, being as authentic to the game as we could be and authentic to ourselves.
But by the way, he brought his kid. He didn't get a sitter for tonight, so he brought his kids to the interview.
I love her in the car. I was she's so beautiful. She's normally say kids are cute. Like she's gorgeous.
Yeah, she's a beautiful.
What's her name?
Zara.
And how old is she?
She's 4.
Oh my God.
And your son's what?
My
1,
son's 2. Yep. Yeah. Grayson.
Which one look more like you?
They both
they both look like me. They starting to look like me, but then they kind of look like their mom, and then I'll just be confused because I think we had a good mix.
It is.
They kind of look like both of us.
Like when they're with you, it's like, oh my God, they look just like you. With her, oh my God, you look just like her.
And then we're together, it's like, oh yeah, we can see the family.
Are these your only 2 kids?
Yeah.
So you waited to have kids, bro.
Absolutely.
Like he didn't do, because he been a child star since forever. You could have had kids at 13.
I didn't want that.
Kids at 13, please no.
I wanted to have a family and I wanted to do it right, and
Let me ask you something, man. How hard was that for you, though? Because let me set the scene for you. My man, good-looking kid, can sing, dance, Roger, Immature, all this and that. Girls is going crazy. I want to ask you how crazy the pandemonium with the family, but being that how crazy it was, girls probably knocking on the hotel rooms, trying to sneak on a bus. How hard was it for you to not have kids? Because let me tell you something. If I was in this, I have 5, 6 baby by 15.
So for one, I grew up with morals. And I was raised with very good values, and I've always, respected women. And I saw my mom and dad in a marriage and relationship, so that's what I always wanted. I knew I would do it eventually, and I never wanted, to just be out there wilding, having kids and stuff like that. I always wanted to do things the correct way. So, when it came to, groupies and girls doing all that, I had my share. I was young. I was a young man once. But I will say, I always liked to be in a relationship. I always had a girlfriend.
Was it Chris Stokes or who was it that was giving you that adult game early on? Like, bro, listen, she said she was on the pill. The pill ain't gonna keep your dick from falling off. You feel me? Who gamed you up? Make sure you wear rubber.
The two very important men in my life, Chris Stokes was one of them, and my pops. My pops gave me a lot of game, and then Chris Stokes was very wise, even though he was young as well. We were all starting in the industry because we were like his first group. Chris was like a manager and stuff like that. He was our manager. He was but he was very wise. I always remember he would always tell us things like, you don't want to have babies early because you don't want to have like a unbalanced family. You don't want to raise kids, and you got to focus it. So he kept our head on straight. He taught us a lot about the game early. And me, I'm one of those people that I'm not a person that has to burn myself to know the fire burns. If somebody's like, hey, that's hot over there, or if I see somebody get burnt, I'm like, I don't need to touch that. So I wanted to navigate through my life as a smart individual. I wanted to always make the right choices. I'm a kind of person that I think of the consequences before I, actually act. And a lot of people don't do that. A lot of
12-year-olds don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. But I was very, very mature. I was very wise for my years, and I was always aware. In fact, my daughter's like that too. She's very aware. Like when I like sit and talk to her, she's very, very aware. And that's the good thing about being a child star. I was very aware. That's why I was not on drugs. I wasn't an alcoholic. I didn't do none of that because I was aware of what it did to people that I see.
And look at that's probably why one of the reasons why he's kept his good looks, bro. Because drugs will really
drugs can age you.
We've seen what it's done to some of these child stars. I'm not gonna name no names.
Some of the people I know, some of my people, have fall to the wayside.
Okay, so I know it's a long time ago, and you've had this crazy career in different moments, different stages of your career. But this is a stories podcast. We like to tell stories, especially when we have icons in here.
We do.
You give me some story from the early days though, from the days when you're in Immature and you guys are just the biggest thing out there. It's like the Justin Bieber effect when crowds are swarming you at the mall. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, there's a few stories. Like we did the in-store one time, and it was like I think like 7,000 people showed up at the in-store. And it was
like a shoe store, like a Foot Locker or
something like that. And then we did like a autograph signing. We had no idea it was going to be that big. So they had police everywhere. People were fainting. People would fall out. Like it was just crazy. It was like, man, just like, for us, we were kids. So like all that was just it probably shouldn't be excited when people getting hurt sometimes.
Right.
But people were getting trampled. Like I remember particular instance. It was a couple of people that got hurt. So we kind of felt bad because it was like, we don't want to bring anybody to get hurt. But it was just crazy. Like the Immature days were definitely crazier than once I started my solo career. I was a little bit older. The fans weren't as like aggressive, saying so I kind of was able to like make a little bit of a transition to that the craziness kind of was in the Immature days. That was like when it was like stupid.
Yeah. Well, because kids are like they handle seeing somebody famous differently than adults do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But the mamas would be going crazy.
Yeah. You ever have any of those times where where like a mom would try to act like it's her daughter want to meet you?
But it was her. All the time. We like, Mama, get up out of here. You ain't got no business up in here, Mama.
I'm 12 years old.
But the moms, they would shoot their shot. We had, of course, we had a couple of those moments where we would get flashed and we would.
Oh my gosh.
Underwear thrown
on stage,
not even on stage, backstage. People come with it, like here you go, and a couple of girls be in the rooms when we get there, and it was crazy.
How do they end up? It's always do they pay off a security or something?
How do they get there?
How do they get past the locked door?
I don't know. They just had their ways. We never had anybody actually on the bus though. Bus was always locked up and secure.
I mean, people get into people's homes with security cameras and stuff, so getting backstage probably.
It's probably a breeze, You know what I mean? Yeah,
exactly.
But like, it was just some crazy stuff. I remember this one time we was in Detroit, and these girls, man, we was like,
say the full.
We was like 15, 14, 15, and these girls was like, I don't know if they might have been strippers.
Oh, probably.
Yeah,
might have been. So they was like giving us a show, and we was just like eating it up. Just these kids, like, oh my gosh, it was crazy.
Giving you a show like backstage. Yeah. And as kids, you're looking at
this was in a hotel. This was a hotel.
It was at the hotel. Was it in the room?
Not in the room.
Okay.
Not in the room because we was like, all right,
Was anybody like a Chris Stokes? At that point, girls was chasing. They want to make their way to the room. Who's the one that would crack the whip? Like, no, you guys. Well, we got interviews in the morning.
We had security, and we always had security to and they was like real strict on us. And of course, Chris was on the road with us, so he was actually like, y'all just be careful. You know what I'm saying? But I trust y'all, but be careful. But we were still kids.
Yeah. Which one in the group took advantage of it the most?
Kelton.
Okay.
LDB, Kelton was the bad one for sure. In all the trouble I got in trouble with Kelton.
Oh my goodness. So he's probably the one that ended up with kids before.
No. Kelton doesn't have children.
Wow.
He's the only one that doesn't.
Pull out game strong, man. For real. That's this long, bro.
Kelton was the worst one too. Only one without.
Wow, goes to show you.
Yeah.
Goes to show you.
Here's a fun fact. Here's a fun fact about Immature that I learned. Tell me if I'm, maybe you can expand on this.
Okay.
The early days. Ty Dolla Sign and Ray J were members in the Immature band.
Yes.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Like they were in the band.
Yeah,
for Immature.
I picked up on that.
So Ty is really talented. Ty is super talented musician. His pops was a super talented musician who would program our shows. He was
Lakeside.
So he programmed all our shows like back in the day. Ray J, on the other hand,
Ray J was in the band too.
Was not a musician.
He was
That's
just
my
doing
bro.
stuff.
Ray J, my brother from another
How
mother.
did he land? Because he played bass.
So
in the band, right?
what happened was Chris Stokes discovered Brandy and Ray J at a talent show that we did at the Palace. This is before we had a deal.
Talent shows. Oh
Brandy was at a talent. Brandy went against us in the talent show, and she'll argue this to this day that she won, but we won.
Yeah,
so anyway, so she'll argue that point to this day. You know, she feels like she won. We know we won. So anyway, but yeah, so that's where they was. So we were really, you know, we ended up getting our deal at Virgin Records, and you know, Chris was Brandy's manager and Ray J's manager. So you know, they were kind of like next up. We was doing our thing, so it was like a camp. You know, we was like the Psycho Squad or something like that with the crazy hats and stuff like that. So Brandy was our background singer, and she sang backgrounds for Immature back in the day. And Ray J was the fake bass player because we had a kids band. But like I said, Ty was really, and Kelton,
so
LDB.
he was just on bass, just like faking the funk?
Faking the funk.
Faking is hilarious.
Faking the funk, but he would do this like to sing. He was like the singing bass player. It was like a gimmick, you know what I'm saying? So
like, what would he do?
He would just do this bong. He hit like one note and he would do this like run, and everybody would go
because he had vocals.
Yeah, Ray J could sing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So then, and then LDB was actually part of that band. He was the drummer.
Okay.
Before he got in the group, because Half Pint was in the group at that time, the Asian kid.
Yeah. He didn't stick around, but
yeah. So then LDB kind of replaced him when he got out of the group, and then he became a member of the group. So
how did you guys decide who was gonna be part of the group, who wasn't gonna be part of the group? Was it different before you guys got famous?
You know, it was the first album wasn't successful. We created a name for ourselves. We was the crazy images, you know, the big old hats. I would say actually kind of before the TLC thing, you know, we was like the first with the crazy and everything like that.
This dude used to wear his drawers on his head.
Yeah, I used to wear the Batman underwear on my head on the beanie.
Right?
Yep, that's how I got my name. Yeah. So yeah, you know. So then after that, like after the first album, we got released from Virgin Records, and Chris took his own money because he believed in us. Put LDB in the group, took his own money, recorded the album, the Never Lie album, Playtime Is Over, which had Never Lie. He wrote Never Lie. And he took it into MCA. He had a friend, Ernie Singleton, at MCA. He took it to Ernie. He was like, you know, I got this group, got a whole album done on them. Think dope pictures. Here you go, boom, full package. And we got signed to MCA, and we put out Never Lie, and man, the rest is history.
Come on, man. How could you not sign a group when they got a song that sound like this? Hold on.
Yeah.
You feel me? Listen, Kalisha, I know this might be before your time, but you got to know this one. You know, she was like, I know the later Marques.
She's only 21, so she was probably like, you know, 10 when this came out, or
this joint right here. Listen, they was like crying on a record, bro. You feel me? Like grown man feeling.
The feelings was there. Yep.
Hold on. Let's let it ride just for a few seconds.
Let's listen to it.
Okay.
For those that don't know, they need to know.
Here we go. Come on, baby.
Music like this does not exist anymore. I'm just saying.
We was in the studio, man, and I was really, really crying, real tears.
Wow.
And Chris produced the record. He wrote the record and produced the record. And I remember him telling me, he was like, man, you gotta have more feeling. And I'm just sitting back there like, you know, how do I catch a feeling and a vibe when, you know, I'm not sad.
Yeah, right.
So I had to kind of like dig into my actor phase and put like everything I felt like the emotion that the song needed into the song. I ended up really crying.
Wow. While you're recording it?
Yeah, while I was recording it,
That's why it's so good. That's why we feel it. We still feel it. Like, how many years later? What year was this?
This was 92, I believe.
I wasn't even born.
92 or 94.
I wasn't even born, for
Marques.
real. I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
But this is the great thing because she knows the later Marques Houston, the IMX, and the
veteran.
But, bro,
that's the Marques Houston I know.
I heard you say in another interview that when you did your audition for Immature, your original audition, they asked you, what can you do? And you said you weren't really that good of a singer, but
Chris asked me, he was like, can you sing? I said, no.
But listen to
rap,
that.
though. I was like, I could rap.
But how did you get that good from I can't sing?
I don't know, but I wasn't. So when I was younger, I would sing around the house, and my brothers and sisters would tell me, please be quiet. You suck. You stink. Shut up. And I was like, all right, one day I'm going to grow up and I'm going to make money singing. I'm not going to give y'all none. I remember that, like when I was like 4 or 5, you know what I mean? And I love to sing because my mother and father would play the records, like the old school oldie but goodies and jams, and I would love to sing. But I loved Michael Jackson.
They were just hating.
I mean, you know, and I was just like, because we weren't like a musically inclined entertainer family. We just, you know, my parents loved music, and we would always throw parties and have the music, and I would dance, and I would just love to sing, and I would just, you know, I was just the only, you know, one of my siblings that did that. So I was really, really into it. And the Boys came out. I remember the Boys came out. And ABC was like, once they came out, they were the group that made me feel like, okay, I want to do that.
ABC
you know
is another bad creation.
Another bad creation.
Okay. I figured.
So New Edition was like, I love New Edition, and you know, loved them. New Edition was my group, but ABC was who made me feel like I could do it too, because they were so young, and so that's why I started rapping, because you know they would like, you know, they would sing a little bit, but they would rap. So that's what I started doing. So when Chris first asked me, "Can you sing?" I'm like, "Nope, but I can rap though." So I busted out my dance routines and I busted out, you know, my raps. And you know, he heard me sing and he was like, you know, I think you can sing, you know. So then I went in the studio, and you know, back then I didn't know what the studio. I thought you had to do like one take, and then like if you messed up, that was it.
That was a rap.
So I didn't even know you could like. I was like, oh, you can actually do it over. So you know, it was cool because I like my first experience in the studio was like, you know, and doubling and making the voice go double, and I was just like, wow, this is amazing. So I actually, you know, started training myself to, and Chris was a vocal producer as well, so he would vocal produce me, and then Boyz II Men came out. And at that point, I knew I wanted to sing.
Yeah, because there were some singers, man.
When they came out, I was like, okay, I want to sing now. Like I would sing, and I sang little stuff in the group and stuff like that. But when I heard them sing, I was like, I want to sing. Sean Stockman was like the greatest voice I had ever heard. And I was just like, man, I gotta sing. I want to sing now.
He had that falsetto.
Did you have to go through a phase to actually learn how to sing?
No, I never got any training or vocal training, anything like that. I just kind of like I said, Chris was a vocal producer and a vocal coach. So as he produced all our records.
Got it.
He would kind of vocal coach me. But like, you know, Boyz II Men is when I really, really wanted to start learning. So I would just literally try to mimic all their songs and try to sing just
That's
like
crazy shit, because to me, when I hear that, I mean, that does make sense. But when I hear songs like Never Lie, when you guys go crazy at the end and then I'm constantly, I hear more of like the Jodeci type joint.
Jodeci, I was a big Jodeci fan.
Because when you're doing things like, ooh, yeah.
No,
like,
yeah, so big,
you know what I mean?
big
That's what I
Jodeci
hear.
fan. So I was like, all of us, Immature, we were the biggest Jodeci fans in the world. Like, you know, they definitely inspired us musically as well. But I'm saying personally, for me as a vocalist, who made me want to actually train myself and try to be a great vocalist was Boyz II Men.
Do they know that?
No, probably not.
Well, now they do.
We got to make a link happen. You ever met them?
Yeah, me and Sean are really great friends.
So dope that people like you and groups like Immature, you know, paved the way for the next Immature, which was B2K.
Exactly.
True or false? Let me know. Immature.
Love this game.
Goes on tour. Immature goes on tour, okay? With B2K opening for them.
Yeah.
Okay.
This brand new B2K, they're starting to bubble.
Yeah.
All right, as the opening act. And because B2K blew up so fast, all right, they were so hot at this time that they, after one show on your concert, on your tour, they ended up replacing you on your own tour.
Absolutely.
As the headliner.
That's very true. So at that point, we were IMX at the time. Okay. And, you know, it was getting to the point where we were getting a little, I mean, we wasn't old because we was only like 19, but their energy and their stamina and that the crowd, it was unmatched. Like they were like just something that no one had ever seen before. It was just crazy. And we the opening night.
It happened on the first night.
First night. We went on tour. We were so excited about this tour. Like, we was like, oh man, Immature B2K tour, IMX B2K. We had the jackets. Boom, so we went on tour the opening night. They blew us out of the water. We couldn't follow them. Yeah. We was like, all right, you know what, guys? Y'all need a headline. Because I mean, they were our group.
Tour.
It was
gave away the tour.
But they was our group. So we was boys. It was like it wasn't no competition like that. It was like y'all got it. Like, you know, the baton was like here. Yeah.
Wow.
No problem. Here y'all go.
Let's move on past the Immature days just a little bit. All right. You're done with done, but you're moving on to Sister. Okay. True or false? Sister, true or false?
Okay.
Is it true that you and Tia from Tia and Tamara had a little thing behind the scenes. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
That's very true. She actually did like this video about it, and this is like she was doing like the tea with Tia or something like that. And she was. And she talked about it like when we had our first kiss.
You guys was hooking up like behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Did y'all date, or was it just kind of like?
No, we didn't date like that. You know, it was just like we liked each other
behind closed doors.
We kissed and we shared our first little kiss together, and it was like, you know,
it was cute.
It was cute. Yeah.
Was it the first kiss for both of you? No, because you had kisses in Immature.
Mine.
It
wasn't mine.
I don't know about her.
Maybe hers.
Was that her first kiss? Were you hers first?
I might have been.
That's what's up.
Broke her heart.
I love Tia. That's my girl.
Did you break her heart?
No.
Okay,
we're still cool. Me, Tia, Tamara, we're all cool. I love those girls. Like we've been cool since we were little, and
I love that.
We still have a relationship. I talk to Tia all the time. I talk to Tia more than Tamara, but yeah, that's my girl.
True or false? At 15 years, you was 15 when you were on Sister, right? 15?
That was the last time I was on Sister. Yeah.
You were making 75 racks a week at 15 years old on the Sister show.
Yeah, it had been more.
More than, bro.
That's just the number they put on the internet.
Yeah. And then this leads to my next true or false. Okay, you quit the show. Mm-hmm. While you're making 75 and possibly more, you can renegotiate. You're probably going to make more the next season.
Yeah.
You quit in the 4th season because you felt like the character of Roger was ruining the sex appeal image of Batman from Immature.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Talk about that.
Well, I didn't want, like I said, Urkel was a very big part of my journey as far as Roger's character. I kind of, you know, and fun fact, Chris Stokes also came up with the character Roger. Like he kind of like was like, you should do it like this. You should be off script on my audition. So, you know, but Urkel was like, you know, he was popping back then, and I seen that. Like I said, I was always aware. So I seen when he started getting a little older, playing Urkel, and I just was like, I don't want to be 16, 17, 18 playing Roger, because I felt like Roger was a little more goofy. Kind of like you mentioned Waldo. Urkel was like a full character, like something that's why he had his doll, and you know, somebody that you could actually, you knew he was acting like that. Roger was a little more just goofy. Yeah. And I was just like, you know, I talked to the producers of the show, and I was like, is there anything you could do to make me a little bit cooler, because I have this career that I'm really involved with, which was Batman, and that's that's where I was. Like that's where my mind and my heart was. It wasn't really in acting yet. So they tried to do like the little cool, like it was like an episode where I was like, it was like the cool Roger and the girls like me and the bumper buddy and all that stuff.
They never did an episode where you like actually had game with the girls.
Kinda.
Because there was so many where you would try to shoot your shot.
Yeah, so they did. It was like, you know, I went on a date with both of them and they both liked me. And it didn't work. It wasn't the dynamic, what people wanted to see. So I felt personally, I was like, I don't want to continue doing that, because I felt like Batman was ruining the image of where we were trying to go with Immature. And I do believe to this day, I love everything about Sister and everything in the history of Sister and being part of such an iconic show. But I do believe that it did affect the success of Immature later. I think it did.
I can see that. I can definitely see that, because I mean, I'm sure till this day sometimes you still hear that line.
Yeah. So it was starting to become, oh, you're the goofy guy. We ain't gonna take you seriously as a crooner or R&B, you know, boy band, because you're Roger. And then back in those days, mystique was very important.
Yeah, you didn't share so much of yourself through social media.
Yeah, like back in the day, the more private and the more mysterious you were, the bigger you were. That's why Michael Jackson was so big. No one knew what he was doing in his personal life. It was like all you see is Michael Jackson, boom. So you got to a point where back then you could be overexposed. Nowadays, nothing is over. You could do everything and still be loved, still be successful. And the more you do, the better. Actually, now. Back then, less was more. So I think it was kind of like overexposing me as an artist. It gave access to people every week. They could see me. So it was like, okay, why still, you know,
buy
be
a
so
ticket
excited
and go
about
to the show.
because I could watch him every week.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
yeah.
So now I think it's a little different now, but back then, so I made the decision. I was like, I wanted to stop the show because it wasn't about the money. I was making a lot of money with Immature too.
You're straight.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't really matter. But yeah, so yeah, I was like, I had to bounce.
Let's move a little forward. IMX, Marques Houston, a solo artist. You know, Naked was such a moment. Hey, when you made that music video, did you, how much, like, I don't want to say slack, or did people have anything to say to you, like, oh, because the music video was filmed so similar to D'Angelo's, how does it feel? Yeah,
which was inspired by that video, for sure.
Okay.
You know, definitely was inspired by the D'Angelo video. I felt like his was very direct. It was like a direct hit. It's like, boom, in your face. This is what it is. It was one take. And it was like, you know, it was very direct. He was a little older than me, so it was like, you know, my version of that was more. It was similar to that in a cinematic sense, but it was more of a video as well. I had different shots. I had, you know, I was in the tub, I was in the bed. It was like, you know, visually, it was like the black and white with the red roses in the red towel. It was like kind of like, you know, visually different, but definitely was inspired by that video. But I didn't get any flack from it. Nobody said like, oh, you trying to copy, because it wasn't like a copycat. I think in this industry, in the entertainment business, everybody's inspired by something.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just as a musician, as an artist, it was art. And I remember when we met with Stokes, met with the DP. They had this book. It was this art book. It was just a black and white book, and they were like, "This is the vibe we wanted to go." And I was like, "You know what? I want to be naked." So y'all make it happen. So like whatever the director and whatever the vision is, I just know I won't have no clothes on.
That was a huge.
And I was like, "Let me get in shape."
Yeah.
So I trained for like 3 months straight.
Yeah,
wow.
It's tough in the gym every day.
You had that V, that D'Angelo V right there.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't have the V all the way. You know what I'm saying? But I had my own version of the V.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel it.
But yeah, it was, you know.
What did the diet look like? Because it's not just working out.
No, I was on a strict diet. I think so. It was I had 3 meals a day and 3 shakes a day.
Wow.
So 6 meals technically a day. And I couldn't eat anything after 7 o'clock. And I even trained on the weekends. I didn't cheat.
I always wondered this after I saw the music video for That Girl.
Yeah.
Such a bop, by the way. Such a slap.
Thank you.
Was it purposely filmed, when you guys filmed the music video, was it purposely done to kind of emulate, because there's I would say maybe 3 or 4 videos that are very similar in this fashion. I think you might know where I'm going with this. It started with Michael Jackson, The Way You Make Me Feel.
Yeah.
Kind of chasing the girl around her, you know, and then
Thriller.
and then Thriller. And then Usher comes with You Remind Me, where he's chasing the girl around, kind of dancing with her around the city. Chris Brown had a very similar music video with Yo. Well, this is where I'm getting with
Marion
Yo.
Touch.
Marion with Touch. And then Marques Houston with That Girl. Was that purposely?
So I think all of that is inspired by Michael Jackson. So Michael did it first, obviously. And you know, I think you can't be in this industry and say you're not inspired by anything that Michael Jackson does. He's the greatest, definitely the GOAT. And so my video was inspired by Michael's Thriller, and like the whole idea of the Thriller. That's why I had a whole bunch of dancers but we did our version of it with the old school drive-in, and it was kind of like that, you know, the theatrical element, because Chris is also a theatrical director. And interesting story about that video is that's the video he showed the executive at Sony when he was presenting them You Got Served. So he showed that video to the executive, and the executive was like, okay, who's that guy? He was like, oh, this is my artist, but I wanted to show you this video to show you the dance. And he was like, I want him to be the lead of the movie. And that's how I got You Got Served.
Hey, who was the hardest in You Got Served, in your opinion? Who had like the hardest move? Who was the toughest?
Oh man, we had so many
who do you think, Danny Boy?
Incredible dancers.
There's
a lot.
Yes.
He's like me.
Because the Danny Boy be getting down, man. It's one of the movies that inspired him. Like, who do you think like really just gave it to him?
Oh man, I would say, boy, it's hard. We had every major great dancer in that movie.
There was a lot.
And then it was crazy because in the end of the movie, we do the first take, and Chris was like, he came to us all and he was like, I hate it. redo something. Like, this is the end of the movie, guys. Like, this has to be, y'all have to save the best for last. Pretty much like, I don't really like what I just saw, so y'all change it, come up with some stuff, and let's make it better.
Yeah.
We got enough brains here. We got enough creativity here. Y'all make it better. So everybody kind of like goes to their corners, and like, you know, the slow motion part where we did some that was on the spot. Flips came and did this part where he did this thing on the spot, and we like did the flip, and we all did like so a lot of that ending battle was kind of freestyle too.
Yeah, that was a crazy ending. It ended up turning out good.
So we was really battling. So we was trying to beat each other, even though it was scripted for us to win. Of course, you know, we actually won for real.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think people, like, we'll even include yourself in this conversation because of how much you've contributed to artists that came after you and things like this? But you and Chris Stokes, when it comes to the conversation of, you know, moguls, shall we call them? You know, people that have paved the way. For other artists, you know, we say, you know, Dre after Dre, you know, there's, you know, this, the 50 Cents, the Snoop, whatever. You know, the Jermaine Dupri's paved the way for Escape and Jagged Edge. And Pow. Like, from you guys came so much.
Absolutely.
B2K or Marion on his own, and just like from the movies. Do you think you guys deserve to be in a conversation as far as like creators?
I definitely think Chris Stokes deserves more credit.
What a career this guy's had, man.
You know, you got to think of 7th Streeter, Janae, Aiko.
Name them.
You know, Kevin McHale from Glee. You know, there's the list goes on. It's just like so many, you know, has spawned from his creativity and his brain. Even You Got Served, everything that came after that. So You Think You Could Dance, and this dance show, and this dance movie, and this, you know, all of that from his creativity.
Say the Last Dance.
Yeah, and his creative brain. I think, you know, I don't think he gets enough credit. And you know, and it's crazy. Also, he just passed the world record for the most films directed and written by African American directors.
Wow!
So he's at 55 movies. Yeah.
Wow.
So
till this day, still doing
so
it.
He's passed the record. I think the record was 44. And he's at 55 now, still going. Going. So, you know,
I'm a little late to the Tubi game. I just got it recently because it's free. You know, they told me, hey, yo, nigga, this joint's free. so I got it. And it's got some great movies.
Gotta catch up. Gotta catch up.
But you type in Marques Houston in a search, and you know, like you have like
Chris has his own channel on Tubi.
No way.
Now, yeah,
so you got his own
movies.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, listen, between you and him and your production company called
Footage Films.
You guys got like what, 28?
On Tubi, I think it's 25 or 26 or something like that.
Okay.
But then we have a couple. It might be like up to 30 something that we've done on our own that we kind of like put on Tubi, the platform as well.
I feel like you guys release a movie almost every single year, or sometimes multiple movies.
Like we were doing it one a month.
Let's fast forward to 2026. Marques Houston got a new record out.
Yes,
it's called Her Side of the Bed. Yo, such a bop.
It is.
Tell me about this one. Where we going? Direction of the new album. Well, let's hear it out first.
Let's hear it. Let's talk about it. That's what's up.
Let's talk about it.
I heard it once and fell in love.
This is Rockstar Radio 99.1. Marques Houston.
She's just an arm's length away, but it feels like miles. And I know we both got mistakes that we made, and we ain't slept in a while. Lord knows I'm tired. Her heart is somewhere else. I'm aware the silence cuts through air.
You are still cold, my boy. You are still so cold.
Thank you.
I can see rock bottom from here. She's so close yet so far away. Pretending that we sleep, but we so wide awake. What's the point holding our breath if we both suffocate? We going under. I bet it's 'cause there's a million words left unsaid on her side of the bed.
Marques Houston not playing around.
Before we get into the background of this record, I have to ask you, because we had a conversation in 2017 and I asked you, hey, when is the album coming? When are you dropping new music? And you're like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done with music. You know, it's just not my life anymore.
Yeah.
And then boom, I think 2022 is when you started dropping albums. So what changed?
You know, oh gosh, you can never let it go. Like the more you try, it's just when music is in you and you're an artist at heart, it's really hard to give it up. Even if you're doing things that are successful and other things that I love writing and producing movies as well. And it's definitely become a passion of mine, but I think music is always going to be my first love. Yeah. And you know, we're as creative artists, we're fickle. We'll be like, I'm done, and I'm like, I want to make another album. Or you'll go through something and you'll feel something. And, you know, for me, I'm a songwriter as well, so I'll have an idea and I'll get inspired by things that I see musically and stuff like that. Other artists that come out, like I'm not a competitive artist at all. I don't look at people and be like, oh, I can do this better. I feel like we all have room to grow, and I look at other artists and I appreciate their work, and it just makes me want to, you know, get in the studio. I love that because in this industry it's very competitive. It is. It's a very competitive industry. I think because people are pushed to that because that's all they have. Yeah. A person like me, it's not all I have. It's not all that I do. Maybe it's because it's not my everything. You know, it's part of me. But I really love to see everybody win. I love to see everybody, I'm a fan of music first before I was doing music. Yeah. So, I love to see how it's evolved, how it's different from where it was. And, all of those things inspire me to get back in the studio. And it's always my last time. I'm like, it's my last time.
Is it hard for you creatively to keep up with the times? Because you've been doing this for so long. You've seen all the waves. I don't want to keep up. That's
the thing. I don't want to keep up with the times. I'd rather be true to who I am musically. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm going to go out being who I am. I'm never going to try to. And I keeping up with the trends. And you could do some stuff that's trendy. You're not gonna just be like dated. I'm not gonna put out like a Isley Brothers record. You know what I mean? But in a sense, like, you always got to stay true to who you are as an artist. And I think that's what works or doesn't. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm the kind of person I'm gonna go out swinging. If it don't work, it don't work. But I'm gonna make sure that I was, 100% of what I felt like it was true to myself.
Yeah. You mentioned something off the air earlier when we were talking before we started the interview that you don't want to be like one of those quote unquote old artists like in your late 50s, 60s, still rocking on stage. Yeah. But when you see artists that are around their age, like the Bobby Browns or artists like that are reaching that age, I think it's cool to see the OGs up there.
I think it's dope to see them. I just don't want to be that.
You don't want. I don't want
to be where I can't be what I was, because I don't want to see myself on stage not being able to give 100%, and I'm at 30.
So at this point in your career, heading on stage, I caught it. I caught you at 30.
No, I'm just saying at at 30%. At 30%. I don't want to be at 30%.
Oh, 30%. I thought you meant the age 30. No. So because
I'm 44.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. People they know.
You don't look like it.
That's great.
Bro, you look great.
Like
April, what is the show?
25th.
April 25th.
April 25th.
Ontario,
Marques Houston is
Toyota
going
Arena.
to blow the roof off of Toyota
We got tickets,
Arena
right?
Here in
Okay.
We're going to be giving away some tickets,
Y'all definitely got to give away some tickets.
This is going to be a show to remember. Okay, I got a question. Since you said
tickets going to sell Friday.
Tickets going to sell Friday, by the way.
Listen up.
That's right. Ticketmaster. Listen, get those tickets, man. It's going to sell out quick. We'll talk about your opening acts and all that in a second. But going back to about the topic we were talking about, you on stage. Yeah. Are you still giving the show like you gave 10 years ago? Like, is the shirt coming off? And you've been working out.
It's going to be better.
Are you ready?
It's going to be better.
Okay.
It's going to be better. It's going to be an event. Like, I'm not going to do something unless I'm going to give 110%. And that's what I mean. Like, when I can't give, when I'm at 30% in the tank, I'm going to stop.
Can't give 100.
I'm going to stop. Yeah. That's when you stop. Because I don't want to see myself do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, you're obviously.
I don't want to see myself like, whoo,
in between.
And it's a spin, but this is the spin.
Hey, how's how's it dancing now? I know you still got it.
I still dance.
You still got it?
I still dance for sure.
Still get down?
Yeah, I can still do. And I thought, it was crazy. I thought I was like, oh man, I did this song called "Admit It." It maybe like a few years ago. So I went into dance rehearsal for the first time in years, and I quit.
Oh my gosh.
I called Chris. I said, nope.
My hamstring.
I'm done. Nope. And he was like, no, you got, what I'm saying? You got to just get in there. He encouraged me to stay. Mm-hmm. And I was happy I did, because eventually it kind of came back. When people say I was like riding a bike, it is. So eventually it came back, and I was like, all right, I'm comfortable with it. So then I did like a couple of videos where I actually was like dancing. So I was like, okay, I can still, as long as I got the energy and I don't get gassed, I can still do it. I don't ever want to be like a step behind to where I look like I'm not,
How's the choreo?
Dope. It's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
How many dates on the tour?
Right now we don't have exact amount.
Okay.
We focus on the first show with the experience and giving this show everything we got, and then taking it, to
people are gonna see this and be like, when are you coming? When you coming?
A lot of people are asking me like, oh, you coming to Atlanta? You coming to New York? So yeah, we definitely are planning it.
Is this the first stop?
Yeah, we just giving it. We giving it
the best
all.
one.
Yeah.
First stop. Starting it off in the IE.
Might be doing that and then going and then coming. We might be coming back to
Yeah, it's gonna make that 3-hour drive again.
People that missed the first one.
Damn. All right, who got opening up for you? One of the artists that I'm excited that's going to be opening up for you is J Don.
I knew you were gonna say that.
J Don is dope.
Tell me how. Tell her.
He's dope.
That boy is.
He's next up for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You feel me? Like, listen, he's under Usher's wing now. They're molding him to be that next guy.
Yeah.
It went like viral. Got the Chris Brown stamp of approval.
Yeah.
But we had him here in
His
studio.
dancing on point.
Yeah.
His dancing.
His dancing's on point.
Yo.
Yeah.
On point.
Yo,
so.
Hey Marcus, man, you better make sure he don't smoke you up there, bro.
He might.
He might take the headlining spot. Don't let him take the headlining spot.
Don't let him B2K me. You know what it is. What I appreciate about this lineup is we have generations.
I love that.
We have Tamar Braxton, which is amazing. We got Day 26. J Don, of course, and Sammy.
I love Sammy.
We got generations of music and talented musicians and talented people that can command a stage, and that's what I wanted. I didn't want. Normally when you do a tour and you're the headliner, you're like, okay, the opening acts, you can't have this. And no, it's not like that with us. We want the whole thing to be an experience, like kind of like a war show. Everybody gives their best at an award show, and then everybody's like trying to be the best. And it's not about an opening act. This is about the event. The whole thing is going to be great. The whole show has to be dope from the time the curtains open to the time they close. And that's what we're trying to do.
Oh, you should bring back like Ty Dolla $ign on drums or so.
That would be dope.
You know what I mean? Like, cause they're the original band members. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ray J do that little boom, that one note. You feel me?
We got a couple of surprises.
I was gonna say, you think
didn't Randy sing backup for you?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
We got a couple of surprises.
Okay.
Yo, I'm so excited to see this, man.
Yeah.
Listen, this thing's gonna sell out quick.
It's gonna be amazing.
Tickets going on sale Friday.
Yeah.
Where can they find the tickets?
Ticketmaster.
Ticketmaster.com.
Of course, on my social media, I'm gonna be blowing it up and letting everybody know where they can get tickets and Ticketmaster and everything like that. So we're gonna be giving them away. We trying to make this a real big event. We want it to be a success, and we just want to show people like that this is gonna be dope.
I'm excited, dude. Listen,
I'm excited about it. I'm very excited about it.
How long has it been since
It's been a while. It's been a while since I've actually done a tour or like a show, like a real show. It's been a minute.
A long time.
So I'm putting everything into this. All the big guns.
you have an entire life's worth of work to show people on that stage.
Yeah.
And how long is your show when you go on? You're part of the show. You're closing set.
I think it's gonna be like about an hour and a half. We don't know. I was saying I could have did 2 hours.
You could do,
but
more.
You have 30 years of music.
That's too much. I don't know if 2 hours. That people might be like, okay, guys, that's. But we don't know. We trying to find a sweet spot for the time. But I could definitely give a 2 hour show easy.
I mean, Chris just did it. He did like a 3 hour show.
I heard.
I went to it and it was on my feet the whole time.
All of the shows were 3
You
hours.
got the catalog too.
Yeah. I could. I can go for some time.
If you want to find out, get tickets.
That's right.
If you want to find out, get tickets.
Get tickets to the show. It's definitely find out what your favorite song is. See if that's gonna be in the lineup because you don't know.
Oh yeah, be careful when you choose those joints.
I put out a playlist.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you my joints. I gotta be in there. Okay, when you go back to the old school, okay, Feel the Funk gotta be in there.
Okay,
I Feel the Funk gotta be in there. I Never Lie's gonna be in there. Constantly gotta be in there. What's an IMX?
For the girlies my age, Circle and Naked.
There you go.
Okay,
absolutely.
Have to.
Absolutely.
Have to.
Circles. Absolutely.
It has to be.
Can't not perform.
Cannot be. All right.
Exactly.
Listen, Marques Houston is in here. This is Rockstar Radio 99.1 KGGI, Inland Empire. Before you get up out of here, man, let's ask you a few quick questions.
Okay.
These are also notes that I wrote up last night. Man. I wonder what you think about this because this is you coming from an R&B legend. Okay, R&B legend such as yourself.
Thank you.
If you were to build your own superstar R&B group, a superhero. The Avengers of R&B into one group. It could be as many artists as you want. It could be 5, 6, 7, 4, 2. Who would be in that group?
Wow.
So are we talking superstar group B2K or Boys to Men? Because there's a difference. There's a difference between a performance
your
group.
Own make-believe one.
They can sing, dance the whole night.
Or there's BTS, like it was like 7 performers.
Yeah.
Or some of them could be dancing, some of them could be doing the harmonies back there.
I'm definitely going to go with Chris Brown, Usher, Mario, Sean Stockman, and myself.
Wow. Let's go. I like that. Save the best for last.
Oh man,
that's fine.
I like that.
You and I got something in common, man. This is pretty big for me that your favorite R&B group is Boys to Men, and their mine as well. That's the bucket list interview for me. Like it's a Boys to Men interview. I haven't had it yet. I'll take any one of them, but all 4. You know what I mean? All 3 at this point.
3 at the end. Mike kind of tapped out.
Shouts out to Mike.
Yeah,
shouts out to Mike. You know what I mean? And I know you're big on Sean Stockman, but mine was always Wanye because I'm a fan of the runs.
But I mean, the thing about Sean, he just had that voice. It was like butter, man. And I just was like, man, I would just practice all my Sean Stockman songs.
Listen, greatest love song of all time is "On Bended Knee" by Boys to Men.
Absolutely,
and that's all Sean Stockman. I mean, not all, but that's in the beginning. Come on,
I
mean, we can't forget about NSYNC.
Of course,
they did their thing.
Backstreet Boys. I was a fan of all them too.
Yes, that was like second grade.
That whole era of the pop.
All right, let's switch it on the other.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's go to the other side. Top 5 female R&B singers of all time.
Okay.
Brandy, Jasmine Sullivan, her.
I'm so glad he put her in there.
Let's see. Adele.
Oh yeah.
She's not R&B, so I can't say Adele.
But she sings R&B.
Yeah, but she sings R&B.
Yeah.
Whitney Houston.
Come on, man. Let's go. Oh, that kind of leads my way to my next one. I think I know the answer. Whitney or Mariah? Whitney or Mariah.
Yeah. But Mariah's dope.
Come on,
She's
man.
dope.
I mean, that's hard, but I mean, Whitney.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Michael Jackson or Prince?
Michael Jackson.
I knew you were going to say. Come on.
All day.
Come on.
Jagged Edge or 112?
Ooh, Jagged Edge.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Same.
But you know what? I think
that's one of my best. That's one of the best albums ever.
Yeah.
Same.
I would say J.E. overall, but I think 112 got the better interludes.
Yeah,
they had tougher interludes.
112 was 112. They were very very dope, but can't take another heartbreak. It's that album.
Live singing.
It's that album. Once they put that out, B Cox. Shout out to B Cox.
Yes,
he did Circle. B Cox did. That album. Boy. Woo. That's one of the greatest R&B albums.
You got a favorite joint off that? Or favorite J.E. joint in general?
First time in my life I got a real woman who's me and she don't need no other. That one.
He's like, no, go buy tickets.
Is it called Healing? I don't know the title.
I know the song.
I got the feeling. Are you ready? That album inspired me to write first time.
Wow.
The IMX. When I heard that, I was just so inspired by that sound. And then when I heard the first time track, I'm like, oh, I know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, those fools are.
That was like one of my first songs I had written for IMX too. First time, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have
great
that
song. First
that
time, such a great song.
That J.E. vibe.
I hear it now. Now that you're saying it.
Yeah.
TLC or SWV?
TLC.
Okay.
But I was a huge SWV fan and still a huge SWV fan. But I had the biggest crush on T-Boz, so that was just. Really? I was gonna marry T-Boz like in my head, you know. Ever since the house party.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I was like stuck ever since then. Yeah.
Man, that's what's up.
And now y'all probably like friends at this point.
Oh yeah. Not we ain't friends like that, like me and T and Tamara friends, but yeah, like we all kind of, you know. It was crazy who I've never met and who I'm a really, really big fan of.
Put it out there.
Is Drake.
Wow.
Never met Drake. Yeah. And you know, that's like you would expect everybody to kind of know each other. I would expect it to me, and I never met Eminem either. Two people that I really big fans of.
I guarantee you both of them.
Timing.
Yeah.
Drake put me in a song. You know, said my name, shouted my name out in a song.
Did he? Oh, which one? I gotta listen.
Is it what you want? What is it?
Did he say Marques Houston? Or did he say okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
What y'all really want?
Yeah, we gotta make these things happen.
The Views album.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, listen. Well, these are the moments right here that, you know, all it takes is one viral clip
right?
to make the joint happen.
The motto.
No, not the motto.
It? No?
It was on the Views album. I think it's What Y'all Want. It was a DMX like kind of remake.
According to Google, it says it's the motto.
It is? Oh, well, that's definitely not the song.
We have to do some research.
Maybe it was twice then. Maybe he shouted you out twice.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Maybe so. Yeah.
All right, moving on. Studio or live show?
Live show. I actually hate the studio.
Really?
Do not like the studio.
Because it's more work to you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Live
is when you get to enjoy what you made.
Exactly.
With the people.
With the people and the audience and fans. Yeah, exactly.
What's worse, laundry or dishes?
Dishes.
Okay, so I like doing laundry for some reason. I just don't like to fold. Speaking of folding, shout out to Kalani. So great.
Yes, and you were on one of her out the window.
Yeah.
She put you on out the window.
Yeah.
She did you did out the window.
I did an out the window remix. Yeah.
Word.
Kalani's doing her thing.
Fire.
She's so great.
Fire.
She is proud. Kaylani right now. She, by the way, Folda's gonna get her the Grammy. Okay?
Absolutely,
she's getting the Grammy.
She better win the Grammy.
She better.
Folda.
But it's so awesome because she obviously been doing her thing for a minute,
for a long time. Yeah.
It's so every artist has that one that just puts them in the
gets them the recognition.
Yeah,
next hemisphere. You know, atmosphere, and Folded was the one. And I'm so glad that she followed it up with a smash, bro. Out the window was
out the window's banging.
You know what I mean? Out the window reminds me of like that cool '90s R&B.
Well, it's like the underdog sound. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that sound that you kind of used to. Yeah.
On a roll.
She's
doing her thing. Shout out to Kaylani, man.
Shouts out Kaylani.
Absolutely.
All right, Marques Houston is in here. Paper plates or the good plates?
Good plates.
Okay.
I like to get the good plates.
You know, he's an R&B singer. He got to be a little fancy with it. Every other hip hop. We have rappers in here. All of them would say paper plates.
Yeah. No. Yeah, good plates.
Yeah, good plates. We don't. That's a waste of money.
Yeah.
Well, you just fill up the dishes, you know.
Yeah, that's a see. That's why I like laundry. I don't like dishes.
Throw them in the dishwasher.
Throw them in the dishwasher. Some Cascade.
Toilet paper, over or under? How you pull that joint?
Over.
There you go. Come on, man.
That's the correct way.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Red cup or glass? I think I know your answer, obviously, because maybe you said the good plates.
Red cup.
Oh.
Okay.
Shocker! I'm shocked with that one.
I will do the red cups.
Okay.
Because it's easier. So I drink a lot, not alcohol. I mean, I drink a lot. I get thirsty a lot.
Water.
Not water. I don't drink enough water. Yeah.
It's juice.
A lot of juice.
That's terrible.
Which is really bad.
Yeah.
And I gotta stop that. And that's one of my things this year. I'm trying to stop. Trying to drink more water.
It's apple juice for me.
Yeah. I love apple
horrible.
juice. Oh, I love apple
Too much sugar.
Oh my gosh. I love
Y'all
apple
stop
juice.
it.
I know, right? But so it's easier to just throw it away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I drink so much, I will go through a shelf full of glasses.
Yeah.
So
celebrity crush, either of all time of your life or maybe growing up. Someone maybe that you never got to meet or you finally met or you had a poster on the wall, anything like that. It could be actress,
Lisa
singer.
Bonet was like my celebrity crush.
Wow, Lisa Bonet, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. And T-Boz.
I was about to say, can you mention one?
T-Boz took her place.
You ever meet
Never met Lisa.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
That's another one.
Met Zoe, though.
Another one there.
That's a good one, man. That's just like a random. I wouldn't have never guessed. You know?
Love Lisa Bonet.
Man, Lisa Bonet.
So
we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to overlay this part of the video with the classic Lisa.
So pretty. Yeah.
Bonet picture. Yeah. She's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's gorgeous.
Best movie soundtrack.
Ooh.
You know, listen, we got, if you're a Boys to Men, I mean, we got Boomerang, you feel me? End of the Road was on that joint. You know?
No, I would say one of the greatest that comes to mind is Waiting to Exhale.
I had a feeling he was sincere. Yeah. Whitney did her thing on it.
And one of the greatest records to come off of a soundtrack was the all-time soundtrack record. Well, two of them. One is Bodyguard. I Will Always Love You.
Oh, yeah, The Bodyguard got to be up there.
Great movie.
And My Heart Will Always Go On, Celine Dion.
Yeah, the Titanic soundtrack.
Titanic,
I mean, with that song alone, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm going to go with the Bodyguard. That's
I Will Always Love You is like literally one of the best records alive.
Record of all time.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And,
one of the best.
Yeah.
Listen, Marcus, this was a pleasure, man. And I know you're no stranger to the IE.
Absolutely.
You know, you be knowing out here.
Yeah.
I
used to live out here.
Yeah, he told me out there. He used to have a little spot out here.
Corona.
You know, in the Rona.
Yeah. The Rona.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
And come back out, man. I'd love to do this again with you. Maybe after your show, maybe,
absolutely.
Or maybe leading up to it or something, man. Because
we go leading up. You know what I'm saying?
Give
Or
away some tickets.
aftermath. You know,
Gotta come back
for sure. We
you know
come
what
back.
I mean? Because I feel like having somebody like you here in studio, it's like going to Disneyland for the first time. You'll never have enough time to do everything.
you want.
You know, you just got to come back again and get
we'll come back
that season pass. You feel
absolutely.
me?
Have you been here before?
No, I think this is my first time here.
First time at KGGI.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Man, listen. 6th grade, my boy. You know, all the way up until 2025.
That's
it's just,
man.
I thoroughly enjoyed this, my boy.
Yeah, me
Please
too.
come back. You know what I mean?
I will.
April 25th.
April 25th, Toyota Arena, Ontario. Let's go! Yeah.
Oh, no! Listen, it's going to be the biggest show of your life. The
That's
best
right.
R&B
miss it.
experience of your
Don't miss
life.
it.
Do not miss it.
30 years of hits.
That's
You
what's
know?
up. That's
Come
what's
on,
up.
man, buy those
we
tickets.
going out. We going in. We going in
on,
with
man.
all the hits.
Your boy gets some media credentials, you know what I mean?
for
We
sure.
can get you
You already
backstage
know.
before you go on.
Chris.
You feel me? My name is Nick Nack.
Kalisha.
The Rockstar Radio Podcast, the night show, Monday through Friday, 7 to midnight, right here on 99.1 KGGI. Marques Houston.
Yep.
Let's go.
Let's go. Come on, man. Give me some, my boy. Come here, my boy.
Absolutely.
Love it, man.
Rockstar Radio Podcast.